Well, I learned a valuable lesson yesterday. I had a bad day yesterday. I was out hunting for morel mushrooms. Didn't find any after about 2 hours. Got hot, sweaty, covered with ticks. Well, not totally covered with ticks, but I found a few. Got home. I was going to do a beer review. I did it. I was doing the new Glarus Fat Squirrel. Um, the lesson I learned is make a copy of your files before you try to edit them. I don't know what was going on with this Microsoft Windows editor, which is the one I use. And if anybody has any suggestions on any inexpensive or free video editors that work better than that, I'd appreciate it. Somehow, when I first made the video, I did the first one and it got as far as the pour, and it stopped after pulling the whole video into the editing. So I tried doing it again. I played the video in media player first, and it went through to the whole end, to where I took a break and then was going to come back. And so I went back to the editor again, put it in, and it stopped right where I was pouring. And at that point, somehow, it had altered the whole file. So that's all I got. You never got my comments, my appearance, taste, smell, any of that. And then it just went straight to the finish and the final comments. So I'm going to do a quick pseudo review here. My impressions from yesterday. I don't have the beer. Can't do it, but I just want to do it for the benefit of the person who gifted it to me, the person I work with. So hang on just a second. I got to sneeze, and I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I've been mowing the yard, so that was a good sneeze. I think part of it came through anyway. But anyway, I kind of liked it. I ended up giving it a 7.5 out of 10. It had a nice hazy copper color. It's supposed to have been bottle conditioned. Um, it was pretty clear for a bottle conditioned beer, not what I'm used to seeing in bottle conditioned beers. It was a little hazy, but it was still pretty translucent. You could see right through it very easily. It had a nice smell. You got some roasted malts, toasted malts, maybe a little powdered cocoa. Of course, it's a nut brown ale, so you did get some nuts. It said hazelnut, but I was getting more like roasted walnuts. And I got just a tint of touch of possibly oak. I'm not sure. The taste, Brat, kind of followed the smell. I don't know what the IBUs are, but it's not real hoppy. But you got the toasted malts up front, and you got sort of a caramel cocoa mixture following almost immediately. In the middle of the palate, that's where you got your nuttiness. And I still think it was more like roasted walnuts. There was a little breadiness there too. It was more like a pie crust breadiness than the typical like in a rye porter or something. You get like rye bread. It was a breadiness, but it wasn't like in bread. It was like a pie crust. And then it finished off pretty nicely with a real light, clean hop finish that lingered just a little bit, but cleaned your palate pretty good. And it had a thin mouthfeel, but it wasn't real thin. I'd say it was medium light. But overall, it wasn't a bad beer. And I wish I had it here so you could see it, but I only had the one bottle. And I already did that review, and somehow the movie editor just screwed it up. So now when I make a video, I'm going to copy the files into another folder, and then when I edit, and if something screws up, I'll have a backup. And if anybody has any suggestions for any decent decent video editors, I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Sorry I didn't have the beer here, but I had to do sort of a pseudo review. So, till next time when I do a real review, keep drinking good beer.